Match number 15 of the Tata IPL 2025, and we once again go to the city of joy, the iconic Eden Gardens. We're going to host the second game of the season. The first one was with the opening ceremony against the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. KKR, though, are not having a good season so far around in terms of starting the season on a good run. They're coming back to their den in front of their Purple Army. I have Damini all the way, a special guest in my show, a sports journalist you might have definitely seen all over the face. Damini, welcome to the show. And I can see you wearing a purple. And straight away go too deep into the discussion about the games of both the teams. Sunrisers, KKR is what we're going to discuss about. But both the teams coming from a loss. If you go to Vizag, you talk about DC versus SRH coming from a heavy defeat. And also at the Wankhede Stadium, which has always been MI's go-to opponent in terms of getting 2 points. It was a rare occasion last season when KKR won at Wankhede. Thoughts on both the results, starting with Sunrise Hyderabad?
Thank you so much, Preetham, and thank you so much, everybody. A warm welcome. So, yeah, it's the IPL season again, the 18th season of this cricket extravaganza we enjoy every year. So, coming to these two teams, well, we are talking about two teams who were the finalists last year, isn't it? These two were the teams who were to be watched out for. It was getting almost impossible for any other team to even face KKR and SRH last year, let alone beat them. So, but now come to fast forward to this tournament. This time, it's a completely different ball game for both these sides. Both KKR and SRH are not just struggling; they are struggling a lot. And let's begin, as you stated, with the Orange Army, with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Well, against the Delhi Capitals, I would say that. They won the first match in a very copy paste fashion. Like everybody knew, okay, SRH would come and they would go all guns blazing in the power play itself. They would cross the 100-run mark, and there would be.
It was expected, yeah.
Yeah. It's expected that SRH will be the first team to breach 300, and more or less it was the same template. Ishan Kishan scoring a century, but I think that's where they messed it up completely against the Delhi Capitals, because they somewhere had it that, we'll follow the same template and we'll go against Delhi Capitals. But Delhi Capitals had done the homework. They knew very well that SRH...
And I say this time and time again, DC has one of the best bowling attacks in the season.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Oh, no doubt about it at all. Like, come on, KKR have released their big money, Mitchell Stark. They've gifted it to Delhi Capitals, isn't it? But on a serious note, I would say that SRH going with the same template was like an open book revision for Delhi Capitals, like just handing it over to Delhi Capitals. They didn't have to do much of a hard work. So I would say that SRH are solely responsible for that loss against the Delhi Capitals for making their template very but obvious. Now coming to Kolkata Knight Riders, I think need to very firstly come out of that defending champions idea. They need to come out of it. Okay, you won the title, you are the defending champions, excellent. But you need to come out of it because it's a fresh year, it's a fresh tournament, and you have fresh set of players, and everything has changed. Your captain has changed, your star players have changed, and the players who are veterans, they are slowly, it might sound very harsh, but
absolutely you nailed it.
They are growing old. This might just be the last IPL for a lot too many star players. I'm heartbroken because, when I write in my columns, I record my shows. It gets so heartbreaking for me to say that, these players might just be the last for KKR.
Especially the two Caribbean players.
I was about to refer to them, Narayan and Russell. This might just be the last IPL for them because they've contributed for I would say 6 to 7 years non-stop. Now, KKRC, they lost their first match against RCB at home ground, and it was a very heavy defeat. But they bounced back against Rajasthan and against Mumbai Indians. I would say they didn't even play. Because on a serious note, toss is a luck factor, but Kolkata Knight Riders did not have any strategy. Coming out to bat, you are not reading the pitch. You're not even willing to read the pitch. You are sending your, common players in Quinton de Kock and Sunil Narayan. That opening pair is not always going to click for you, right? According to the pitch, you need to have a batting lineup. So they faltered. I would say the Mumbai Indians bowlers were outstanding. Let's talk about Ashwani, the debutant from Punjab. That young guy, I think he's superb. He's like the talk of the town right now. And the batters, Venkatesh Iyer, he went for such big money for Kolkata Knight Riders in the auction.
I was about to come there. Absolutely, I was about to come there. You said about so many stuffs. You termed both the matches. You summed it up pretty well. Sunrisers have one template. We always talk about, is it going to be Teen So Par every time they play at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium or any other venue? But similarly, it was a one-way traffic for the Mumbai Indians at Wankhede, who opened their account against the Kolkata Knight Riders. Firstly, let's take a look into the head-to-head between KKR and SRH. In the last 5 times, they have matched each other. Okay, this is a positive news, I must tell you. 4 times KKR have won in the last 4 occasions compared to the 5th time SRH. So last 5 times KKR 4, SRH 1. But you said about KKR gifting a couple of players to different franchises. You said about Mitchell Stark, who went to DC and has grabbed a 5 for the previous game. Which player do you miss most out of these 3 players? Phil Salt, Shreyas Iyer, Mitchell Stark.
I would suggest, it's not one. I think it's two players KKR have, I would say made a mistake. One is, of course, the skipper Shreyas Iyer, who was in the form of his life. He just came back from winning a World Cup, the Champions Trophy rather. And when you have a captain who's won you a trophy, and then in the auction you are merrily just giving him away without giving a proper explanation, I think it's
Hmm.
extremely unjust. But okay,
Hmm.
come on, we have to make a peace with whatever the management of KKR has decided. And of course, Philip Salt and Sunil Narayan's opening pair last year
Absolutely.
was top notch. I mean, I think there was this a tough competition. If KKR and SRH, you try and remember Sunil Narayan, Philip Salt, and on the other hand, it was Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. Who could score the
Absolutely.
maximum in the power play itself?
100%. Absolutely. And Salt at the Eden Gardens, he was all guns blazing. And just like he did in the first game of the season, it looked like normal service resumed, but for a different franchisee for Phil Salt, to be honest. And that was exactly what was the story in the game one at the iconic Eden Gardens. Phil Salt, you said Shreyas Iyer, he's in a form of his life, and he's showing exactly that for the Punjab Kings. A fearless, selfless, you can say, captain's knock in the first game against the Gujarat Titans as well. This looks not good for KKR, but can they bounce back? Because at Eden, they are a different team. But the surface is not supporting them, I must tell you. Let's take a look into the pitch report of the Eden Gardens. How many 94 matches have been played at this venue in the IPL? 38 times the team batting first have been victorious. 54 times the team chasing have been victorious. That is the reason why chasing hunting ground, I must tell you. What would you do if you're given the captain's hat? Night game, would you have to chase?
Of course, if I'm winning the toss, I would definitely opt to chase. Now, come on, let's not ignore how after having lost the first match, there was the furor. Ajinkya Rahane, going and opting for those spin-friendly pitches. He had spoken about it.
Absolutely. I was
While
about to
the
ask you that. Yeah.
Yes, while the since it's the pitch report, let's talk about it. While the pitch curator of KKR had something a bit different to say, that why not the KKR players focus on playing good cricket rather than how the pitch is
Yeah.
behaving, which I think is a very quality point to debate on. Now, see, we are not wearing the players' shoes, are we? They are the best people, especially the skippers are the best people. It is their responsibility to go out and try and read the pitch and form their playing 11s, and of course make the
Do you really think so? This is where I would just disagree a little bit on it, because if you're talking about, if I go to Chepauk and I know what Chepauk brings to the table, I know what team they will bring in. That's the reason why they got in Ravichandran Ashwin, they got in Noor Ahmed, because that is going to be a sprint friendly track. That's what I expect at Chepauk. That's what I expect at the Ikana Stadium as well. KKR on the other hand have two mystery spinners in their hand, and their 8 overs can change the game on its head. And that's the reason why don't think nowadays in the last 2-3 years KKR Eden Gardens has become a belter of a surface, high scoring games we are witnessing. But what Ajinkya Rahane said, don't you think that should be looked into and make it a little bit of spin friendly surface in order to benefit your own home team?
Well, see, now when you have such mystery spinners like Varun Chakravarti, there's Sunil Narayan, of course, he's like a star. And if you ask me, I think it's 50-50. I would go with the pitch curator as well, that yeah, it's important the players focus on their quality cricket, but of course you have to think from Ajinkya Rahane's point of view as well, that when he knows very well he has some star players who deserve to be
True.
in their comfort zone, especially when you are the defending champions side. So
Exactly.
Ajinkya Rahane also has to think from his players' point of view, right? Now, if Eden Gardens is known to be a spin friendly pitch, there is no doubt about it. So, of course, he has every right as the home side and as the captain of a defending side to demand that, yeah, please make it up that way. So, yeah, this debate is going to go on and on.
Absolutely. It's going to go on, and that's where I can stop.
We can take like light years.
The two people from Kolkata know exactly what brings to the table for the Eden Gardens
Exactly.
surfaces, to be
But
honest.
talking from an analytical point of view, when I'm writing my blogs or when I'm doing my shows or when I even commentate, let me tell you this. When I'm asked to do the pitch report, I would say 90% of the cases I've seen when I've done a pitch report, the tosses, the captains have chosen the exactly opposite thing, which means
Wow.
Exactly. This is the face that you're making, and this has actually happened.
But this is something shocking. You said 90%. You're giving me just one example, but it has happened so many times. That's
I
pretty
just
much
give you
shocking.
one example. There
Yeah,
are plenty of local
absolutely.
tournaments like
That's
I do commentaries on. It's happened now. International level is completely different. International level, the players we are talking about legends of the game who are playing the IPL. They know it much better than all of us right
absolutely.
now. So I think it gets very difficult. There's so much of pressure. You have 10 people telling you 10 different things from all walks of life. Then you have to listen to yourself. So I think pitch is something and of course toss factor. You want to bowl first, but toss is one thing. What if you're not winning the toss, like we saw KKR? They unfortunately lost the toss against MI and were forced to bat first on a pitch which was a gift to the spinners or the bowlers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Toss is never in your hands, and you need to be ready, even if you're batting first or bowling first. And that's what I liked in the Champions Trophy for Rohit Sharma. Let's say they were never bothered. Though Rohit Sharma lost all the tosses, but he was never bothered about even if he wins the toss or loses the toss. That's what
Exactly.
you say about a champion side. But now let's move on to the strategic timeout section. Now, Damini, over to you. 60 seconds will be provided to you. 4 rapid fire questions. You have time. Your time starts now. Which left-handed opener do you think will score more runs tomorrow? Travis Head for SRH or Quinton de Kock for KKR?
I would go for Quinton de Kock for KKR.
Okay. Which Indian star will make a bigger impact tomorrow? Aniket Verma or Rinku Singh?
Aniket Verma. I'll go with Aniket Verma because Rinku Singh is not in form.
Absolutely. That's very concerning being a KKR fan, to be honest. Which
It
Indian
is
batter will finally get back to form, as you talked about? Venkatesh Iyer or Abhishek Sharma?
Venkatesh Iyer. Absolutely. Venkatesh Iyer of
Wow.
KKR.
You're confident on that one. How
I'm
many sixes do you think will be hit tomorrow? I'm giving you a
Ooh.
difference of 5.
Oh, that's a challenging one. um, okay, let's put it this way: KKR will hit 10 sixes and SRH somewhere at 7 or 8.
Okay, so 18. I'm giving you 18 to 23 bracket. Okay, that's fair enough. So you've given your 4 questions in time. Rapid fire question done and dusted. At the end of the game, I'll see how many you get correct. And if you do, you have been a little bit towards the Kolkata Knight Riders. Then Kolkata should get the 2 points as well. Let's take a look into the players to watch out for.
Yes, yeah.
Players to watch out for, starting with the home side, I've gone for Ajinkya Rahane, Ramandeep Singh, and Varun Chakravarti are my 3 picks. Abhishek Sharma, Henry Klaasen, and Mohammad Shami are the 3 picks for the Orange Army. Starting with KKR, any other choices from your end?
With KKR, I would like to make a change. Of course, Varun Chakravarti is fixed. There's no change in that. I would like to personally go with Andre Russell for Ajinkya Rahane. I
Okay.
am still little skeptical with Ajinkya Rahane. But let's make it Andre Russell instead of Ajinkya Rahane.
Okay,
Andre
so
Russell
AR
is
replacing AR. So you're going for Dre Russ, who you
Yes.
spoke about a little while ago in terms of maybe his last year. So Andrew Russell replaces Ajinkya Rahane in your list of the players to watch out for. Similarly,
Yes.
Abhishek Sharma, Klaas, and Shami. Any changes for the Sunrisers?
Personally, I'm a huge fan of Mohammad Shami. He's one of the most consistent players.
So
No.
Sunrisers
SRH
Hyderabad.
stays the same. SRH stays the
SRH
same.
stays the same according to you. Fair enough. That looks good in terms of Sunrisers Hyderabad's 3 players to watch out for.
Yes.
Time for
Yeah.
the key battles. Let's take a look into that. Number 1, I'm going for Spencer Johnson versus Travis Head, an Aussie battle out there. Harshid Rana has a score to settle between Harshid Rana and Henrik Klaasen. And the third one being Mohammad Shami versus Ajinkya Rahane is my third battle. Any other input from your end out of these 3 battles, Damini?
So these battles are mouth-watering, absolutely. I'm extremely interested to actually watch Ishan Kishan face Varun Chakravarti. I'm extremely interested with that.
Wow, that's interesting one because I must tell you, Varun Chakravarti doesn't need introduction. And Ishan Kishan, that pocket dynamo, he's a 6-hitting machine. If he gets going, we can see a lot of sixes at the Eden Garden. If he doesn't, he might just get out to a low score yet again in back-to-back games. That's a very, very good choice you've made. Battles have been done and dusted. She says that Ishan Kishan versus Varun Chakravarti is another one to watch out for. Let's take a look into the predicted playing 11, starting with the Kolkata Knight Riders. This is a good side on paper, but the impact sub rule takes it on its place. Is it by Baroda or Ankush Raghuvanshi if you're batting first, bowling first? The rest stays the same. Only one thing I would ask you, and that's I've been asking you since the last time, always when I talk about KKR 11, Enric Nokia or Spencer Johnson as your seamer?
Enric Nortje. Spencer Johnson, I feel, is a bit shaky. He needs a little bit of it's always suggested that when somebody, when somebody's asked to be on the bench, it is very important to observe. Observation, I think, is very underrated. So I would really request, had I been a part of the management, that Spencer Johnson takes some time out to try and observe
Mhm.
what is happening out there, especially when KKR is going out to bat. And I would like Heinrich Norke to make a
Okay, Henrik Nokia in place of Spencer Johnson is your thought, but Spencer Johnson is somebody who's replacing Mitchell Stark. A left-hander is the only option in this side.
Mhm.
But you're saying that Henrik Nokia's experience could be very crucial for the Kolkata
Yes,
Knight Riders.
exactly.
Impacts up, as I said, in at this moment it's Ankush Raghuvanshi for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's take a look into the Sunrisers playing 11. White in something that is not broken. Though they lost the previous one, I think this is a very, very settled 11. I'm very much looking forward to, like last season I was for Nitish Kumar Reddy. This season around, I can see somebody named Aniket Sharma. What does he bring to the table in the upcoming games as well? Alongside Abhinav Manohar, Zishan Ansari proved really, really good in the previous game, though his side was in the losing cause. Your thoughts on this one? Unchanged 11 for SRH?
Yeah, this is more or less the team I would like SRH to go for.
Okay, so unchanged 11 for SRH with the impact sub could be anybody. That's enough balance in this side. Both the teams are going more or less with the same 11. Is can they turn it around and make it 2 points at the given day at the Eden Gardens? First of all, it's time to know from the expert herself. Let's take a look into the predictions time now, putting Damini in the hot seat. Predictions time now, Damini. Match number 15. It's Eden Gardens who's going to host KKR versus SRH. What's your percentage for this game?
See, SRH is placed 8th in the points table. KKR, unfortunately, defending champions, are placed last. Though they still have 11 matches to go, but would you believe it? Defending champions are placed bottom of the points table. So 8 versus 10 it's going to be. So I've got to give it 60-40. 60 KKR, 40 SRH.
Okay, so she's
I'm
still
going with,
backing the Knights. Okay,
yeah.
60-40 towards the home side. She thinks that KKR will bounce back and get back to winning ways. So it's going to be lost win as of now for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Thank you so much, Damini. Thank you to all the viewers watching this one. Eden Gardens is back hosting its second game. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye-bye.
Thank you.